Today I'm going to explain detail from the beginning to especially treating the neck issue. Okay. Let me start with loading the Moxa. I want to load the Moxa, make sure it is at least 80% to prevent a burn through. More Moxa you loaded, less opportunity you get a burn through. Okay. Equally and firmly. Now I'm going to clean the surface. Scrape away the gray ash parts. Leave the black parts. I'm going to push from the bottom a little bit to make it more even. Let me clean the surface. Okay. I'm going to light it. Now, a lot of time people don't know how to light it because they use the regular lighter. We're gonna choose the torch type. You can get this lighter from online, Amazon, eBay. Because the regular lights, the fire goes to this up direction. Let me tap it, make sure the ash don't fall. Very nice. Now I'm gonna work on her back. Today, we're gonna focus on treating shoulder neck problem. I will use some herbal essence cream mixed with massage oil. The reason I do that is these things will dry quickly, so adding oils. The reason I mix with herbal essence cream is I want the oil has some herbal remedy effect. The herbal essence could be anything, like like essence, yeah, not necessary to be Moxa. Okay. Before I do the neck, I want to open her back. I can do neck directly, locally, but for the best result, I want to focus on her spine, open the spine channel, then do the neck or do the back. So let me do her spine first. I have a previous video do the spine. So I'm going to do again. Now look at my left hand. I will press on her spine. Actually, I'm doing two actions. One is Moxa brushing, one is massage on her spine. But it also helped me diagnose her because whenever I feel the spine is not right, either deep down or quicker or bulging. So I can feel in my fingers. So I'm gonna do this repeat move for about 10 times to let the spine get warm. You can do more or less depending on how much you think you want to give to the patient. Now I starting use my moving technique. I'm making spiral. Because the spiral will help boost up the qi. Because everything in the natural circle as a spiral. I want you to take a pause right now. So I'm gonna keep doing this for about 10 times. Now, if my hands feel those some uneven, I will make more time to it and use my mind or imagination to guide the heat penetrate to inside. But don't do too long because the patient might feel burned. Now, very important, you're gonna aim this on the skin 80%, 20% to your finger. Let's say if you aim like this, your finger gonna burn because you are above her skin and you cover the heat. So 80%, why 80%? Because you want to use 20% of the heat to feel how heat she is. You know what I mean? So you give most the heat to the skin and you sense 20%. This is number one. Number two, when you do this, your skin don't over the area that you aim on the skin. Like don't over it, because you cover the heat to the skin to the patient. So you kind of chasing it. Now, the question is, if I'm aim 80% to the patient and left 20% to myself, how do I know the exactly temperature the patient feel? The patient might feel greater heat than my hand, right? You don't worry about that because your 20% hand is always chasing on it, but the patient's skin area is changes. You know what I say? So the patient actually won't receive consistent heat as your finger receives this 20%. The patient receive 80% true, but the patient skin is, you are moving moving it. So let's say if I do this for about 1 minute, then you only feel 20%. The patient is gonna burn, right? But I'm doing moving. That's why I don't worry that. Yeah. Now here's the important things. When you move it with this part should touch on the patient. If you left it, you're gonna feel hurts. Unless you want to practice kung fu, you know, there's a way people do practice kung fu and treat the patient at the same time. But in general speaking, you want to save your energy, so you touch on the skin. Okay, this hand too, touch it. Okay, so there's no lifting, holding power to your arm. You can do longer. The other important things is your leg. Your leg, feel my leg, okay? Your leg gonna touch on the edge of the table, which give you a turning support. If you don't touch it, your low back gonna hurt. So more your body touch the surface and support yourself, less levitated or less holding power you have it on your own. That is very, very extremely important for avoid a work injury to yourself.